What's going on, guys? This is KNasty39 here. Welcome back to another MLB 18 The Show franchise. This is kind of a look back episode now. The first franchise we did on this channel for MLB 18. We did some in 17, but the first one for 18 was with the Tampa Bay Rays. We did 32 episodes. It went from, I think it started in March. It ended in early May, and we kind of ended it there. We did 32 episodes. You guys seem to really enjoy it, and I kind of want to just look back at it. I forgot a lot of it. I think it will come back. We've done so many different teams with these franchises. I kind of wanted to see what we left off at, kind of like look at some of the players that we created, look how well we did as a franchise, and I want you guys to grade this franchise on like a 1 to 10. You can use decimals. Do you give it a 10? Do you give it an 8? Do you give it a 9.4, a 9.2, a 7.1, a 6.9? Nice. It's the Tampa Bay Rays. We had budgets on. We have injuries off. It's kind of what we always do. So we just, and I'm looking at this now. So October 2029, we lost the World Series to Philly. Now, that year we won 110 games. Can we look and see? Can we see? There's got to be a spot where you can see where like your team did. Let's take a look. GM goals. So we won the World Series in 2025, 2026, 2028. We lost in the ALCS in 2027, 2029. There should be a way where we can see how many World Series the team won. Here we go. So, because luckily for us, you see here it says organizational achievements. Now, it says World Series titles won 4. They didn't have any before we started. Pennant 6. They won the World Series in 08. So we won 5 pennants. Cy Young winners. I don't think they had any. Did David Price win a Cy Young with them? I know Blake Snell did in real life this year. MVP winners. We got all those. So that's kind of. I wish you could see Hall of Fame members. We don't have any. So that's pretty good that we won. What was it again? It was 4 World Series in 10 years, roughly 11 years. With the Tampa Bay Rays. So let's take a look at the lineup. Justin Goetz. So we got him from a trade from Washington. He was our leadoff guy. He batted .229, 22 home runs, 32 stolen bases at shortstop, a .376 on base. That's pretty damn good. A WAR of 6, a very good player. Pedro Almanza. I think this is the guy we drafted. He never really hit for power, but he was a good average and he could field. He hit .301 this last year with us. That was his first breakout year. He hit 12 home runs. He did steal 21 bags, got on base, was elite defense. His WAR was 5. Frank Holden hit 3. Oh, that's a playoffs, 375. He hit .308. I remember him. He was one of our first draft picks. I think since we are technically in the off season, yeah, we can't see. I don't think we can see how we got these players. I believe, you know what we'll do? Let's just, no, because we in the offseason we'll lose players. So yeah, well, whatever. But I believe he was one of our first draft picks of the whole franchise. He's 30 years old. His first year in the bigs was 2022. So I mean, he's had 8 years of service time. He has 183 career home runs, 242 career stolen bases, a .292 career hitter. He gets on base. His wins above replacement's 53.9. I mean, he was, look at this guy. I mean, you got that card in Diamond Dynasty, you're very happy. He was a very great player for us. Edgar Castaneda, I think we got him in a trade. Because I remember getting this guy in a trade and I was super pumped. Look at that power. He hit 50 home runs the last year with us. He was 24. And he hit 50. Holy cow. He also hit .302. He stole 27 bags as well. On-base percentage of over 400. Slug 627, OPS of over 1,000. He had 100 walks. He struck out 137 times. His WAR was only 7.3. I think because his defense is pretty meh. Yeah, it's 66, but he does have good durability. Wyatt Kern at catcher, I remember him. He was always a really solid player. I mean, he had good discipline, great clutch, or great discipline, great clutch, good contact. He got on base for a catcher. That's pretty damn good. Jeremy Candelario, yeah, he's actually a real life player. I think we just got him for the 1 year. We always went with we never really had great third baseman on this team, and he was just kind of a holdover. He wasn't a bad player. I mean, 260 average, got on base, 360 on base percentage, a WAR of 3. That's not too bad. Kyle Drew, great contact, not much power, above average fielder, not a bad player. I mean, we got him from Washington. I remember that he was a first baseman. All in all, not a bad player. I mean, he was batting 7th for us. I remember this kid, Davino. I mean, he was a pick for us. Insane power, not a whole lot else. He hit 26 home runs, didn't really hit for average, didn't really get on base, but did hit for power. And Ordonez was an elite defender we had at second base. We traded from Pittsburgh. He hit 21 home runs somehow with 59 and 60 power. He hit 21 home runs. I mean, with that fielding, that's probably a solid WAR. Yeah, 5. That's really damn good. Rodney Teague, I remember him. We had so many outfielders, if I remember right. Let's take a look at pitching. Sean Cordero, we got in a trade from Philly. He was dynamite for us in the first year, 3.74. That's really good. Not dynamite the last 2 years. Sub-3 ERA. Mackenzie Gore, he's a real-life pitcher from the Padres. Was good for us the last 2 years. Jim Small, I remember him. If I remember right, yeah, I do. I was about to say, we drafted him, we traded him, and then we got him back. And he wasn't really that good for us that last year. 4 ERA. Fletcher Alonso, 29-year-old, good walks per 9. He did really well in Washington. I think we faced him in the playoffs, so I wanted him. Ross Coleman was a guy that's one of ours. He never really had great. A number 5 pitcher is nothing too bad. Jason Cooper, I remember, was a failed starter for us, became a reliever. Richardson was an elite reliever prospect. He's 27, but 93 overall. Leonard Finley was a youngster, 22 years old. Shea Fay, 3.46 ERA, didn't really pan out. Pete Logan, I remember this guy. He barely played for us. I just always remember him though. And then Travis Cole was our closer. He was pretty good this year. 3.7, nothing crazy. 3.79. We'll look at a couple things. Actually, we can look who got like the MVP. Castaneda and Mackenzie Gore. So we got both of those. Let's take a look at top prospects. Did we have like people coming? Oh, we did. That's the name of this franchise. We had the number 4 prospect. He's 81 overall. Gary Oda was our guy. We traded Gary Oda. We traded to get. I remember him. We traded him in the Mackenzie Gore trade. I remember that. But we have this Vasquez guy. Excuse me. Great walks per 9. That guy would be a stud. Pulido. I remember him. He's number 8. Robert Lopez, a third baseman. Holy cow, look at that contact versus right. Now, he can't really field. 52 fielding. Doesn't have good durability. He's a DH. That dude would hit. Daryl Etlin, A potential, 74 overall. He looks really freaking good, too. Do we have anyone else? Jared Park was another guy we traded in that trade, I remember, to get Mackenzie Gore. Will McKinley, starter. We had at 26. We had a farm system, too. Morris Frank, another... Man, we were set up. And the thing is, our budget, Ray Cora, we had another guy. Our budget was very small because we're the Rays. Like, our budget was $130 million, and we probably could have gone to like 135 to 140. We did have some free agents, like Frank Holden was about to be a free agent. Candelaria, but that's fine. Ordonez was about to be a free agent. But, I mean, we had guys like Logan locked up. Wyatt Kern was locked up. Castaneda was locked up. Jim Small was overpaid. Did we get him as a free agent? I don't know. Let's take a look at, like, some other players on other teams. Vlad, he was never okay, this franchise, he was a superstar. Now, just remember this. These were, since this franchise came out, started in April or March. Now, we did use Operation Sports' full minor rosters. However, they were their first version of it. So any prospects who really like blew up during the regular season. No, Vlad was a big prospect before the season started. But like, I'm trying to think of some prospects that just like soared through the minors this year, or had a great, like, I'm thinking of Gleyber. He's probably not crazy high overall or potential in this because, yeah, he was a big time prospect, but he really broke out. Same with a guy like Andujar. Matt Chapman had he would be high overall, I feel like, now because of the season. But I wanted to see, but I was getting back to I'm kind of going all over the place. But Vlad, most franchises he's pretty bad. This one he looks really good. I mean, he's a career 305 hitter, like 30 to 40 home runs every year. Not too bad. I just want to see any names Lucas Ursug's had a pretty damn good career in this. I just want to say any names that we may have traded or Alan Cordoba. I remember him. Maybe not. Maybe I don't. The name sounds familiar. I want to see if there's any names that we traded. Like, I just see the name and you just kind of like, you remember it, you know? Casilla? Nope. The thing is, maybe we just face these guys in the playoffs a lot, and that's where I remember it. Correa, did we have Correa in this franchise? We did. I was thinking we did. He was a big-time player for us. Hit 53 home runs one year with a 327 average. I mean, he has 513 career home runs. I'm not sure if my face cam is cutting that off. But he has 513 career home runs and a 310 average for his career. Not too bad for the future Hall of Famer. Lewin Diaz. No, we didn't have him. Name sounds... Tom Hong we had. I know we had Tom Hong. Yup. I knew it. And I thought he was going to be really good. And he didn't. I remember that. We were like... I remember we traded him, and I was like, this guy's going to be good. I knew he was going to be good. And I was like, but we had to get him for whatever we did. And he has a career, you can't see it cut off, but it's a 3.07 career ERA at 32. Career whip of 1.17. Not too bad. Let's see, who else? No one there. I'm not going to go through the whole rosters. Bo? I think the last name's familiar, but not Bo. Nothing really there. Omar Cruz? I don't think so. I think we just played Seattle a lot in the playoffs. Nomar Mazar is always a stud. I remember that. I feel like we faced Texas a lot. There's Glaber. Okay, Glaber's still a stud in this. Actually, not really. He really took a while to develop. Interesting. Randy Villarreal, that sounds familiar. Yep, we had him as a reliever at one point. Damn, you see these names and it just comes... I mean, it's been what? I think May was one of those last ones, so it's been 7 months since coming back and looking at this. It's cool to see. Jay Groom, did we have... Yeah, we had him. I think we traded Blake Snell to the Red Sox to get Jay Groom. And Jay Groom just didn't pan out with us. We traded him... I don't know to what team, because that team then traded him to Atlanta, and that's where he is now. But I remember that. I feel like we got Carlos Rondon at one point. Did we have Sixto? I don't think we had Sixto Sanchez. Damn, this is fun to come back and look at. If you guys want me, Russell Koo, I remember him. This guy could hit. Look at that contact, 98, and he's a catcher. I remember this guy. I was like, he's going to be a hitting star. And he hit 311 this year with 24 home runs as a catcher. Now, if you guys want me to do this with other franchises, let me know, and I definitely will. Torres, I think we had. Nope, we never did. Let's see. Jim Dunn. We had Jim Dunn. He was one of our first draft picks as well. He never panned out until he went to the Mets. He never hit more than 23 home runs, and then his 2 years with the Mets, he hit over 30. Look at that power. Great fielder, could play every day. Yeah, he never really... his WAR for, like, as a Ray was negative. Campusina, I think, was a Ray? Nope, he wasn't. Damn. Jim Dunn. I remember that name. This is awesome going back and looking at it. And I purposely did not want to look at any of this until I recorded this. Here's Blake Snell. So I remember we traded him to Boston. He was... because he never really was amazing for us. And I thought getting Jay Groom, who was younger... I think Blake Snell's close to becoming a free agent. And he's never really panned out like he did in real life. Jorge Guzman? Sounds... nope. Okay. Let's keep looking. Luis Castillo. I don't think we had him. No, we did have him. That was it. We had him. We had Ohtani, I think, in this franchise as well. I think we had Ohtani as well. We did have Castillo. So we got to find where Ohtani is if he hasn't retired. I don't think he has. Did we have Reyes? We did not. There's Ohtani. Yeah, he was a Ray for a long time. He was dominant. Like, I remember this was like, should we get him? Should we not? And we did, and it panned out for us. He really helped us out. Juan Soto, we didn't have him. I'm just kind of looking at it. Like, I feel like Juan Soto, he's only a B potential in this. I feel like he would be he was a lot higher later on in franchise because he came out of nowhere. Brandon McKay, we had him for a long time. He was a first base and a starting pitcher at the beginning of the year in the Rays system, and they weren't really sure where he was going to be. Was he going to be a first baseman or a starter? He wasn't going to be like Ohtani. He was going to do both. They weren't really sure which one. He's going to be a starter. Moving forward, he's a starter in real life. And actually in updated Operation Sports rosters, he's a starter. So, but it's cool he's a first baseman in this one. He had a really good career with us. And Fernando Romero, I think... Nope, we didn't have him. Jose De Leon, he was a Ray, but we traded him to Philly. He might have been part of... I don't know what trade that was. Do we have Malik Smith? I know we did have Malik Smith. Yep. He was a very good leadoff hitter for us. Or not very good. He was an average leadoff hitter for us. Must be closing in on all of them. Brendan Rodgers, I don't think we had him in this franchise. We had him in others. I don't see anyone there. Ooh, Reese. We didn't have him in this one. We didn't have Bellinger in this one. He's always been a Dodger. I don't see any names here. Urias, I don't think we had him. Nope. Ray Rodriguez sounds familiar. Maybe not. Brad Keller, we had Brad Keller. I remember that. Oh, no, we didn't. That must have been the Kansas City franchise we had him. Because that name was very familiar. Anyone on the Giants? Caruso? Yep, Caruso was a prospect we had. We traded him. There's Andujar, only a B potential. I feel like it would be an A now. I think that's it on that team. Orioles, Josh Bell. We never had him, but he would always kill us. Bobby Bradley, we had him in other franchises, not in this one. Giolito, we did not have in this one. Anyone on the Red Sox did we have? I think we had Diaz. Did we not? No, we didn't. I don't see anyone there. And I think we already kind of looked at the Yankees. And we're back at Tampa. So, I guess last thing we'll do. And I think that'll probably pretty much be it. I mean, the video's getting kind of long. I mean, we had some, like... damn, this team was set up. I don't know. Should we come back to it? Or should we just leave it as is? End on where we're ended on? But it was fun. Look at that beard on Guts. This was a fun franchise. Like I said, if you guys want me to come back and do this with other ones, I'll definitely do it. It was just kind of fun to come back and look and see what we did with our time with the Rays. Like I said, I want to hear what you guys give it as a grade. I hope you did enjoy this video. Please drop a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll try to get some more franchise videos out soon. I'll talk to you all later, boys. Take it easy. Peace.